Welcome guys to a brand new video on Wuthering Waves. Now in today's video I want to talk about the weapon banner and in general how the weapons are getting more and more insane, and it's not necessarily a good thing. In fact, it's not really a good thing at all. I'm going to be talking about how the weapon banner is more looking like a must for some of the DPSs we have been getting, or you're going to be having huge damage losses. But at the end of the day, would you still be able to clear the content that we currently have in game without a character's specific weapon? Absolutely. However, you still need to take a look at how much increase the damage will be with if you have the character's weapon. And there is a recent trend that has been showing up that makes it look like every new weapon we get, every new character we get, the weapon becomes more and more valuable to actually make the character insane. And it is worth talking about because I do know a lot of content creators out there will not talk about it because they are sponsored. They don't want to create drama or whatever. Well, luckily for you guys, I am not sponsored. I can look at the details, look at the data, and tell you straight up the weapons are getting more and more insane, and it's looking more and more like you need to get the weapon. Not need to, sorry, I need to clarify, not need to, but to get the character dealing insane amount of damage, that weapon is required. So let's take a look at it right now in today's video. So the reason why I want to talk about this is related to Katefia. Okay, Katefia is getting released very soon, and guys, her weapon is pretty much looking like a must to make her deal insane amount of damage. But now we have a situation where you want Chikona. Now you want her weapon. The answer would be, in my opinion, get Chikona first. The Chikona's weapon is going to, is going to be more important than pulling Katefia's weapon. However, at the same time, Katefia's weapon also increases her damage significantly. Like it's not even funny, it's significant. We have in ourselves another Brandt situation, and Brandt hasn't even gotten a replacement 4-star weapon that will be as good as his weapon. So I want to talk about how in general the weapon banner is not as insane. Okay, maybe that's not a valid statement to say, but the weapon banner is not as good as many people are making it out to be. Now, first of all, I'm going to have to compare it with other gacha games out there. This is Wuthering Waves at the end of the day. This is comparing waves. We have to compare, okay? We always have to compare. But let's compare it with Genshin, okay, for example. Oh, I did not know she summons a freaking deer. I did not know that. Anyways, let's compare it with Genshin Impact. First of all, Genshin's weapon banner is the worst I've ever seen. However, you don't need to pull for character's weapon. Literally, there is no reason in Genshin for you to pull character's weapon. The difference in character's damage compared to having a weapon is not as insane. You can literally summon a character, forget the weapon. Now, you could go ahead and summon for weapon if you want to, but at the end of the day, the weapon banner is so bad that many people are recommended not to pull for it. And in general, you get away with it, to be honest. There's over 4-star alternatives that work. Now, if you want to compare this to Wuthering Waves right now, Wuthering Waves banner is for get weapons is absolutely amazing. It's a guarantee that there is no 50-50. However, because of that, weapons are amazing for the characters, like truly amazing. And the 4-star alternatives are absolutely garbage. Okay, we've been saying this since day one of the game's release, and it has not gotten better. A whole year since the game's release, and it's gotten actually worse. Not better, worse. So I can show you guys data right now to prove this. Okay, so first of all, I am someone who spends in the game. I have literally every single character in the game. I do summon for character's weapon as well. So if I go over to my box right now, so as you can see, there's a couple of characters that I have summoned the weapons for, mainly main DPSs and the occasional amazing weapon, which is Stink Master over here. The reason why I have to say this is because I have to go to Pridewin, where they talk about 4-star weapons and having them at S5, which most of the time you probably won't have every single 4-star weapon at S5. Yes, it's a 4-star weapon. You would assume you would get it easily. Not necessarily. Okay, there's a couple of weapons I can make S5, but again, I'm someone who spends. Probably you pulled it from banners and whatnot. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Pridewin real quickly. So when the game came out, we got characters and the weapons. Okay, first of all, let's take a look at Gion. Okay, first of all, with Gion, we'll take a look at his build. Luckily, Pridewin offers the damage percentages as well. Oh, before I carry on, don't forget to like and subscribe so you for more content on Wuwa. I love the game, but there are some issues, and let's not pretend Wuwa is just this amazing gacha game that destroys every single gacha game out there. It is not. It has its own flaws. We have mentioned it right now. So Wuwa came out. We got Gion over here. Now, his premium weapon is about 17% better than the 5-star alternative. Now, I'm going to classify these 5-star weapons as free-to-play weapons. I don't care. It's, you guys eventually will literally have every single weapon like this standard banner weapons. So this is, in my opinion, the standard. Okay, I'm not comparing it with the 4-star weapon if the character can use the 5-star free-to-play weapon. I'm calling it free-to-play. You got one for free. You keep getting pulls as well, which you should not be pulling for 5-star characters with the standard banners. The 5-star characters suck. Okay, there's no reason to be pulling on this 5-star banner. You pull for weapons, as simple as that. So I think you should all have a 5-star weapon for each category. Okay, done. Let's move on. Okay, so for this Gion Zone, only 17%. Okay, at that time you did not need to pull for his weapon. Next up, we got Yinlin over here. Let's go ahead and take a look at her damage with the weapon. Now this one is the biggest one so far, 23%, but this weapon in general is the best weapon in the game, guys. So I would recommend every free-to-play player to get this weapon. But anyways, comparing it to Cosmic Ripples, a free 5-star weapon, I will be calling them all free 5-star weapons, literally. Okay, so 23%. Cool. We got Gion, we got Yinlin. Next, we got Jinshi, I believe is the next character. So let's take a look at Jinshi right now. So this is Jinshi over here. Go over to build. This is Jinshi's weapon, 18%. It's 18% better than the free 5-star weapon. Okay, nothing bad. Go to Changli. Go over to build. It is only 10% better. See, nothing bad. Cool. Next, let's take a look at Zhang Yao. I don't even think it's an insane. He's a free character, but I don't think the difference is that much. So 17% difference. Okay. Which other character did we get early on? Camellia. Let's take a look at Camellia as well. Now we get R1 16% better. Okay, 16%. And then after that, who else have I ignored that should be talked about? I'm only focusing on main DPSs, but we can take a look at Russia real quickly as well. 16% better. Okay, and now we got into 2.0. 2.0. Okay, well, Russia's 2.0 as well. We got Carlotta. Go to the build. It is 17%. So again, not insane, but after 2.0 and the future characters, the more characters we get, the weapons are now becoming insane. Okay, incoming characters. Let's see. So we got Cantarella. She's a support character, so we don't really care, but it is 25% better than the free 5-star weapon. To be honest, again, everyone should have Sting Master, but if you don't, that's fine. But it's a, how much was it again? It was a 25%. So that's a higher jump. We did get 23% for was it Yinlin, if I remember correctly? Well, hers was like 20 something, right? 23%. So hers was 23%, but now we got 25%. And then here comes Brant with the disgusting number. Okay, this is disgusting at this point. 38%, guys. 38% to his own personal damage with his weapon. Okay, and still to this day, oh, we have Overture, but even then, again, actually, yeah, it's still 38%. In fact, it's more than the 38%. Okay, it is bad. It is absolutely bad. Okay, this is the worst we got, and no one actually complained about this. And after we didn't complain about this, well, most people did say, oh, Brandt needs this weapon, blah blah blah, but we always got the big CCs saying you guys are doom posting Brandt. No. Look at the difference between his weapon and not having his weapon. Again, even if you don't have his weapon, you will still be able to clear content. He's still going to be good, but you still need to look at the weapons are becoming more and more crazy. Okay, the requirements are getting more and more crazy. Okay, so that is Brandt. Okay, that's the one so far we've gotten the highest increase in, you know, the personal damage with the weapon. Is there any other characters? Phoebe over here, let's take a look at hers. Hers is 19%, so not bad. 100%, only 19% better. Okay, but the reason why I'm talking about this is based on recent calculations with Cartefia. It's looking like we're having ourselves another Brandt situation, and I am willing to bet it's going to keep happening over and over again. The main reason why we're having this is because we don't have any variety of weapons. Okay, when a character requires an off or different specific buff that the current weapons don't offer, it becomes insane. Okay, for example, Katefia, she requires HP. There is currently not many weapons in this game, if any, that can buff characters that need HP and error erosion. So that's why when she comes out, her weapon is going to provide a significant buff, probably like 40%. This is again just speculation. There's probably people calculating it right now. She has to come out and then we can probably test and calculate it. But it's going to be another brand situation, and I'm willing to bet it's going to be a 40% increase to her overall damage, because we don't have good 4-star weapons that offers HP buffs or offers all the other buffs that she currently requires. Okay, so next, is there any other character I've forgotten just before people try and bash me? This is Shikona. She did support DPS, so we don't really care too much, but 25% again. But I feel like with the main DPSs we've been getting, or are going to keep getting, the damage scaling off the weapon, it keeps getting higher and higher. And I don't think it's because I think it could be solved if we do get 4-star alternatives. It's as simple as that. Give us 4-star weapons, and it comes to it kind of ends up being all the issues can be literally solved if they give us 4-star weapons, 4-star characters. We would not have any of this issue. I would not even be making a video on this. So I wish they really go ahead and give us 4-star weapons. Okay, it would not make it this annoying. So when Katefia comes out, we are going to see how much significant damage increase she's going to get with her own weapon. Now it's turned to a situation where Chikona buffs her up insanely well, and now her weapon is going to be crazy good as well. So yeah. Oh wait, I didn't take a look at Zani's. Oh my days, I'm so sorry guys. I'm pretty sure Zani is another character that also has let's see. So Zani's weapon is dependent on the character you play her with. So Zani's weapons actually reduces in damage, or if you have Phoebe already. But I don't know why they're doing it with Phoebe's weapon. Not many people sold for Phoebe's weapon. They should have given us a calculation with just Phoebe and not with the weapon. But anyways, or maybe it's the signature weapon that actually affects the percentage of the weapon in general. But anyways, if you have Phoebe's weapon, then actually her personal damage or personal weapon actually doesn't become as insane. But if you're using it with Spectra Rover, this is the percentage over here. This is 37%. Comparing that with the normal one that everyone has, it's 100%. So with the new type of characters that the devs are adding, with the negative status elements, we are looking at an issue where the weapons are becoming more and more crazy. Okay, the weapon buffs or the weapon damage increase to characters is becoming more and more crazy. And again, I compared it to Genshin, where in Genshin you literally do not need to summon for character's weapon. You have 4-star alternatives that actually perform extremely well. At best, it's like a 20% difference in damage. In Wuwa, we're getting 37%. We are getting 40%. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy, and is worth mentioning. Okay, this is Zani. She doesn't require a weapon, but the damage increase from having a weapon is actually crazy good. The same thing was going to happen with Katefia. The same thing that currently happens with Brant. You're getting more and more characters that scale off really well with the weapon. And 4-star alternatives are not looking good, but again, just use this 5 stars. I call them free weapons. But yeah, is the weapon banner in Wuwa generally good? Yes, it is very good. It's actually amazing for spenders. Wuwa has the best weapon banner for spenders. For free-to-play players, it is just good. It's just good. If you do decide to summon for a weapon, it's going to be good for you. It's not going to be shitty compared to like Genshin. If you're a free-to-play player, it's absolutely horrible. But at the same time, in Genshin, you don't need to pull for weapons. Free-to-play players can literally just only pull for characters, and you're not required to pull, or don't even feel like pulling the 5-star weapon. In Wuwa, when you hear, oh, it's a 40% increase in overall damage if you get a character weapon, you kind of feel like, oh my days, I need to pull the weapon. You kind of are incentivized now to spend more than you would have actually done. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. And again, we don't have Katefia in the game, so we can't say for certain how much increase our overall damage will be with the weapon, but I'm going to guess 40%. I'm going to guess 40% based on Brant, based on Zani,
I'm guessing 40%, especially when she scales off HP, which I'm pretty sure we don't have 4-star weapons that scales off HP right now. Anyways, it's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.